Quiet, please. Quiet, please. The American Broadcasting Company presents Quiet Please, which is written and directed by Willis Cooper, and which features Ernest Chappell. Quiet Please for today is called Adam and the Darkest Day. I don't know whether you ever heard of a place called Chicago or not, but I knew it very well in my youth. I've forgotten how long ago that was even. There was a lake, beautiful big wide lake that could be bluer than the sky of a summer morning or gray as... Yeah, that's odd. I can't think of anything that's gray the way the lake was on a stormy day. Gray like the trees used to be. No, more alive like the gray of steel. Steel? Oh, that's the metal we used to have. Forget about it. I used to go down and walk along the lakefront years and years ago, before the dark days. Just walk along the shore and smile at the lake, and it would smile back at me. And it didn't smell salty and fishy the way the ocean does. Oh, yes, I've seen the ocean, too. Both oceans. There are two of them. I forget their names. And even during the dark days when Doc said it was safe to go out, I'd go out of a morning and walk along where the lake shore used to be. It's all swamp now, and there are some pretty weird things in it. Things that used to be fish once. Only they've gone through a lot of changes, and they're not fish anymore. Mutants, Doc said they were. Things that have gone through mutations, changes. Yeah, I don't understand it, but it's interesting. Doc said they might even get to be human beings in another 15 or 20 million years, if they're left alone. Doc said that's the way human beings started originally. The only difference, Doc said, is that it took a couple of million years for the first changes to take place. And with these fish things, it took place practically overnight. Of course, it was a pretty long night. I guess I was about 20 when the war started. I say I guess because I don't really know when it did start. I guess nobody knows when the people were buying and selling things to each other, and talking and laughing and looking at the lake in the sunshine and stuff, and just being people. And the next minute they were fighting and yelling, killing each other. Well, I guess just being people in another way. Yeah, it was pretty rough. My Uncle Bryce was in the last war, the one before this one. He had some pretty terrible things to tell us about it. He always said, well, Adam, if another war comes, that's all. Because this one will stop without any notice, and there won't be any such thing as battlefields and soldiers and all that. Everybody will be in it, no matter where they are, at home or wherever. And everybody will fight with each other till there isn't anybody left. It'll be just like the Kilkenny Cats, Uncle Bryce said. And that's pretty nearly the way it was, wasn't it? Well, you know, there was an awful lot of people lived in this Chicago. I guess there was about 4 million. The houses and buildings they lived in were right up against each other. Well, about 4 million. Well, you know the stars? You look up at them some night and you see what an awful lot of them there are. And you figure there was about as many people living in Chicago as there are stars. No, there's lots more stars, but you can't see them without a telescope. Telescope, a thing. I got one somewhere. I'll show it to you. Yeah, that's right. There were 4 million people in this Chicago. And what's more, there was a lot more places around the country just as big, some of them bigger. No, I'm not making it up. I remember there was a place called New York, a place called Minneapolis, and a place called Los Angeles. Sure, they named all the places where people lived. Yeah, it seems a long time ago. Well, it is. I've kind of lost track of time, but it must be 30 years ago at least. And we've come a long way in 30 years. In the next 10, 15 million years, who knows what'll happen. Well, after the war started, this Chicago, was pretty well destroyed. The buildings got smashed, the people got killed, everything was just terrible. There was a lot of soldiers there, people that were paid to fight. But the soldiers couldn't get away, and there wasn't anybody to fight with because you couldn't see them. You'd be standing there, and there'd be a noise and fire and smoke. The whole big building would fall down right in front of you. People would scream and yell and run around and cry. I got mad at the soldiers, I remember. Pretty soon it wasn't safe for a soldier to be seen in the streets. For that matter, it wasn't safe for anybody, but a soldier especially. Because people would do terrible things to him. Well, as I said, the buildings were all being knocked down. It was getting along toward winter. Yeah, it was cold. People were having an awful time. So I looked around. There wasn't anything else to do. And I found me a place. It was a big warehouse. The place where people stored things. They'd buy furniture and stuff for their homes, and then they'd lock all the stuff up in the warehouse. Oh, I don't know why. It isn't important. Well, this warehouse was a great big, strong, heavy building. It was on the corner of a street that had a number and another big, wide street with a parkway down the middle, all green grass and flowers and trees. You know, it was awfully pretty there where the warehouse was. It had got knocked around a little, but it was still a fine, big, safe place. The people that owned it had got killed or went away or something. So I just moved in. Yeah, it was a mighty good thing for me that I did. Because the second night I was there behind those nice, thick walls and those big doors, somebody did something that blew Chicago off the map. Off the map. Yeah, that's an old saying. It means that a place just disappears. And that's what happened to Chicago. All except a little bit of this warehouse I'm telling you about. A little part way down deep underground where I was asleep. And where I found Doc. And I found Emily. I didn't know anybody else was there. My head hurt. Seems as if I couldn't hear anything or see anything, even feel anything, except my head hurting for the longest time. And finally I was able to get up. It was black, dark. I moved around a little. I got up. I found I could walk there in the darkness. And then somebody took hold of my arm.
Who are you?
I'm Adam.
You're what?
Adam. What are you laughing at?
Boy, if I'm not badly mistaken, they gave you the right name.
Huh?
Well, that's just a little gag, son. You all right?
My head hurts. Who are you?
Well, my name is Fred Straley.
Well,
Everybody calls me Doc. That is, when there was everybody. How do we get out of here?
Well, there was a door someplace.
I expected there would be.
What happened?
Well, that I don't know, son, but whatever it was... Hey, wait a minute. Where are you?
Here.
Don't go opening any doors yet.
Oh, I want to get out of here.
You got anything to eat?
Oh, there was some stuff in here someplace, some cans and stuff.
Good.
How'd you get in here? I thought that...
I got lost.
You're not a soldier, are you?
Me? No, son, I'm not. I'm a scientist.
Oh?
That's a very vague term, though, isn't it? I'm a geneticist.
What's that?
Let's say that I kind of study. Well, you know what biology is?
No.
Well, it's the science of life, see? My racket's a special part of biology.
Oh.
What's the matter?
I thought maybe you were one of these fellows that makes bombs out of atoms or whatever it is.
No, I don't do that. I study the effect of nuclear fission and all that on human beings and whatnot.
Oh. Let's get out of here.
No, I don't think we will, Adam.
Why not? My
well,
goodness.
In the first place, Adam, I don't think it's very healthy outside. And in the second place, I seriously doubt we can get out of here.
If we can't, we can make a noise, hammering or something. Somebody will come and dig us out.
Well, yes, except for one thing, Adam.
What?
I don't think there's anybody out there.
Well, maybe not right now, but somebody will come.
I doubt it.
Why?
Because I'm pretty fairly sure there's nobody left in Chicago, Adam, except you and me. See what I mean?
And so there was somebody else. Emily. We stumbled around in the dark for quite a while before we found her. When we did find her, she was so scared she couldn't talk. She had a flashlight when she came in the place. She dropped it, couldn't find it again. Flashlight, it was a kind of a thing like a stick, only it was metal. You pressed a button and the light came on. Finally wore out. Well, finally Emily found her voice again. Once she got started, we couldn't stop her for the longest time.
Walking for days, it seems. We lived out in Lake Forest, and we had a bad time out there. And people started dying from some disease nobody ever heard of. And I decided to run away, and I took some money. I was afraid to take any food because maybe it was the food that was giving people the horrible diseases and making them die. And all I wanted to do was get as far away from Lake Forest as I could, and I walked and walked and walked. And then a soldier chased me, and a man hit him and knocked him down, and the man started after me, and I ran, and the door was open, and I ran, and something happened. What did happen?
Could you stop crying now for sure?
I'll try.
Because, believe me, it won't do a particle of good, young lady from Lake Forest.
My name's Emily.
It won't do a particle of good, Emily.
Are we going to die?
Not at just this moment, Emily, but I have an idea we may not be very interested in living after we know a little more about what did happen.
Are you hungry, Emily?
I haven't had anything to eat for... I don't know how long.
Well, there's some cans of stuff.
Yes, I think they'll be safe to eat, Adam.
Safe?
If anything, safe. Can you find them all right?
I think so. I think they're over here, or maybe...
Light a match.
A match? A little stick with something on the end of it, and you rubbed it on a wall or something, and there was a fire. We found it very useful. Well, I don't want to talk to you about that awful place. The awful, black, stuffy little place that saved our lives. Because we were down there for, well, I don't know how long it was. It must have been 2 months, 3 months. I don't know how long. It was water. It was more of the canned stuff than I thought. The part of the warehouse cellar we were in had been used for storing different kinds of food, so we didn't starve. But it was awful. It was awful. Finally, I said to Doc one day, I didn't know day from night, of course. I said to Doc, I'm going to get out of here. We're all going to go crazy if we don't get out of here.
I know that, son. It's been bothering me a little, too. Not that it makes any difference. We all three went crazy, of course.
I want to get out of here.
Why can't we get out of here?
Well, look, I told you I had a pretty good idea what happened, and I also have a pretty good idea that it wouldn't be very healthy outside for a long time. So that's why
I know you told us that, but aren't we ever going to get out? Have we got to stay down here forever?
No.
What?
What do you mean, Doc?
I've been out.
You have?
Yeah.
Can we go?
I've been keeping it to myself.
Why?
Well, I didn't like it outside.
But you're all right, Doc.
Yes, I'm all right. I'm alive, if you want to call that all right.
Is there anything out there to hurt us, Doc?
Anything to hurt you? No, there isn't anything out there to hurt you. In fact, there isn't anything at all.
And when Emily and I followed Doc out through the tunnel he had found, and through the dark caves the tunnel led to, with water dripping and little things scrambling out from under our feet in the dark, when we crawled out into the daylight, we found out Doc was right. There wasn't anything. Yes, just like it is now, just nothing. Only then the nothingness was so new. There wasn't any Chicago at all. Just a big flat prairie, everything all gray. A gray sky. I looked around to see if the lake was reflecting the gray sky. There wasn't any lake either. But a long way off I could see the edges of the marsh and the swamp it had turned into. And I could Smell the dead fishes. That was all there was to smell. They were the only dead things left. And we three were the only live ones.
So dark.
Is it? I mean, what time of day is it?
The lake was on the east, wasn't it?
That's right.
Drexel Boulevard ran along this way. And this was 43rd Street, east and west.
And there isn't a sign of
So the sun's a little south of east. It's morning.
Morning.
About the time of day people will be going to work.
morning.
The sun seems so far away.
Doc, is it like this at every place?
Well, that I don't know, Adam.
But it can't be.
It very well can be, Emily.
Are we the only ones left?
I don't know. And I don't think we'll ever find out.
I don't understand.
We might go away from here and maybe find somebody, but we don't know which way to go, and there's only one way to go. Walk.
But somebody will come and find us.
If there is anybody.
But there must be somebody.
If there is, child, they'll be just as dead as we'll be before very long.
Why?
Did you say something about the sun a little while ago?
Why?
I said it. I said the sun seemed so far away, didn't I?
Well, that's what you say.
Well, it is.
Is what?
Far away. And we're getting farther away from it every second.
I don't get that.
Let's go back, shall we? Cold out here.
This is what Doc told us down there in the cave where we'd found each other. This is what we listened to sitting there in the half-dark, the feeble daylight filtering in through a hole we made in our roof. Think of us sitting there, Emily's hand in mine. Doc not looking at us as he talked. This is what Doc said. Listen.
We had this figured out quite a while ago, Ross Wilson and I. We were pretty sure what had happened one day when the right kind of bomb went off. We knew what the physical effects would be on cities, on the surface of the earth, and on people. And we guessed what might happen if a giant bomb were set off. A bomb big enough to do what this one did. We worked on it for years. We had whole books of mathematical calculations.
Tell us, Doc.
Well, the Earth used to revolve around the sun. The sun was 93 million miles from the Earth.
Doc, why do you say used to? Why do you say was?
Well, because we suspected that a heavy enough blast of nuclear fission would throw the Earth out of its orbit.
What's that, Doc?
Well, you take a rubber ball on a string, you swing it around the circle. Now, that circles its orbit. The string is the sun's attraction that keeps it moving evenly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get it.
And then somebody comes up and hits the ball with a stick while it's going round and round.
Yes.
And what happens?
The ball flies off at a tangent.
That's right. Well, that's what's happened to the Earth. The Earth has left its orbit, children. And this explosion did it. Set it off like a rocket, in a way. And so we're all of us, we three and whoever's left, we're off on the biggest joyride that ever happened.
What's going to happen, Doc?
Well, the sun will look smaller and smaller to us, and the days will get progressively darker and colder.
Won't the Earth ever come back, Doc?
Yes, it may. It may. Probably will. Won't be much use.
Why?
Because all the people, if any, will be frozen to death. And that's, my dear children, is the reward of science. That's the big payoff. That's what happens as the end result of some caveman a couple of 100 million years ago discovering that 2 and 2 make 4.
What can we do?
Nothing.
But, Doc, can't you? I mean, you're a scientist,
A
and...
scientist, my dear, without his tools is just another man, a highly useless man.
Yeah.
But, Doc,
What, dear?
do we have to die?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Why?
I just told you.
I know, but you could help.
Without my tools, without my papers, my books, my laboratory, without, why, I haven't even got a pencil.
But you know so many things, Doc.
What?
You know us.
What? Why, by golly, that's right. I do.
Why, of course.
I know. Say it. I know how to keep us warm.
Why, you know lots
Sure,
of things,
Doc.
Doc.
I know how we can survive for a while. We've got food.
Why, yeah, sure.
And Why, we can make tools.
Well, you just tell us how. If the real old caveman had to start from scratch and they had to learn everything, even 2 and 2 are 4, why, we cave people had a real life professor with us to show us all the shortcuts, Doc.
Why, Emily, you're wonderful.
And besides, Doc, if Adam and I are... Well, gee, Adam and Eve had children.
And the dark days thus began. Daily the sun grew smaller, and daily the cold grew more and more bitter. In a month there was no daylight, only a kind of heavy twilight over all the gray prairie. The little sun was red and tired looking in the sky where the stars never stopped shining. Doc showed us how to make our cavern not comfortable, but livable. The cold grew more awful. We huddled together over our little fire, existing rather than living. We'd insulated the place, following Doc's directions. Once in a while, we went out into the dead world, faced the frightful cold for a minute or two, to look at the dwindling sun, to see if we still fled from it. We talked very, very little, for our very breath froze at our lips.
Doc, will we ever go back?
We've got to go back. All the laws of nature.
And time went on and on and on. And we knew that we three were all that the world held of living people. We were very close to death. And Doc still encouraged us.
No, a day'll come. A day'll come, Adam.
Oh, I'm so cold. Hold me, Adam.
A day'll come. A day'll come will be the darkest day of them all. And that'll be the best day, Emily.
Why, Doc?
Why, that'll be the day when the earth reaches the end of this wild runaway ride. That'll be the day when we stop and start back.
But maybe we'll not be here to see it.
Oh, we will, Adam, we will. And Adam, listen.
What? Are you comfortable, Emily?
Better. What, Doc?
The day, the darkest day. That's the day I'm really going to start teaching you the things you'll need to know to survive. Because I'm older than you kids. I don't know how much longer I'll last. And I want to teach you and your children.
Pretty frightening, Doc.
Is anything frightening now, Emmy?
Nothing anymore, Doc.
A brand new world.
And Doc told us the secrets of the 9 planets. Sometimes we dared that frigid outside air to look up into the strange sky. It was always dark now. Nothing but the stars and the tiny, withered sun were above us. We saw Saturn's rings and the strange markings on Mars. We saw the Milky Way grow brighter and greater. And the nebulas the Doc told us about. These we saw as no man has ever seen them. We suffered much, and we lived. We lived until that day when we could no longer find the sun in the sky, for all the sky was filled with stars, universes undreamed of. And our little sun was far away, and only another star among the billions. That day came, the darkest day the Doc had told us of. That was the day the Doc and I stood outside and saw our sun was lost. The darkest day. And we went back inside to Emily. While Emily slept, we talked.
Tomorrow? No, Adam. We won't see any change by one day. In another week, we should be able to see the sun again, to recognize it. And by another month, it'll be warmer. The sun will begin to get bigger. And in a few months...
It'll be longer than that, Doc. It took us a long time to get way out here.
But now we'll return faster, Adam. The sun's attraction, you see.
And then what becomes of us?
Well, there's so much to teach you.
What?
Oh, so many things.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'm almost afraid.
Afraid? Why?
Well, science did this to the Earth. Good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
No, Doc, let's talk some more.
I've got a lot of thinking to do, Adam. I promise you, I won't teach you anything that'll hurt you. Good night.
When I awoke, and Emily awoke, Doc was gone. I called his name. There wasn't any answer. Emily woke up and smiled at me. I got out and went to the door of the cave. I went on outside. I found Doc. Doc was lying there in the snow outside the door. And he'd opened up his coat and just lay there. There was a smile on his face, that quizzical, crooked smile I'd got to love so well. And there was a frozen sheet of paper in his hand. Doc had found a pencil somewhere. He'd written across the top of the sheet, "To Adam, for the darkest day." And as I picked it up, I discovered something. Across the snowbank where Doc lay, fell my shadow. I looked up, and there was the sun, a third as big as it used to be, but blinking cheerfully at me and the dead man in the snow. And as I stared, it seemed to grow bigger. I turned and went back into the cave where the paper Doc had left me. Emily, I said. Emily, Doc's dead. Doc left a note for me. I'm going to read it to you. Listen, Emily, I said, while I read it. Dear Adam and Emily, you make your own world without benefit of what I can teach you and your children. Because I'm a scientist, children, and I know too much. And I know I can't keep from teaching what I know. And the old world had all it needs of the things that come from knowing two and two make four. So good luck to you both. And to your children. That's all there was. But, Doc, we didn't have any children. No, Doc. Not after the Earth got back where it belonged, and we had a good look at those things that used to be fish. Those mutants, those changes you called them, remember? No, we were afraid to. The darkest day, you said, Doc? They're all dark now.
The title of today's Quiet Please story is Adam and the Darkest Day. It was written and directed by Willis Cooper. The man who spoke to you was Ernest Chappell.
And William Adams played Doc. Emily was Kathleen Cordell. As usual, music for Quiet Please is by Albert Berman. Now, for a word about next week, here is our writer-director, Willis Cooper.
Thank you for listening to Quiet Please. Next week I have a story for you called The Evening and the Morning.
And so, until next week at the same time, I am quietly yours, Ernest Chappell.
And now, a listening reminder. There's another dramatic adventure waiting for you on David Harding Counter-Spy this afternoon when this efficient law enforcement group becomes involved in the case of the senseless slayers. That's David Harding Counter-Spy. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Cows and chickens and pigs. Why, my wife and I...
Why? Johnny, you hurt?
Of course, you pump your own water and plow and get blisters on your hands.
I don't mind blisters. Jane, do you think...
Of course.
Sure.
Very sure. If it's with you.
And you can have a human name, not a name with a number. I'm Bob. Bob Thomas.
All right, Bob. What do we do now?
Well, I've got your escape from the city all planned. We go down...
What's that? Who's there?
The mine police.
Electronic men. The robot mine police. Use the video signal. Let me see you.
All electronic disrupted here. Open for inspection.
Better open up. All right.
Remove device. Causing difficulty.
Oh, that's just anonymous.
Remove it.
Sure. Take it down, will you, Bob?
How's that? Satisfactory. You, guards 2 and 3, investigate other apartments. I will stay. This apartment under protection. Other apartments. We go. I will enter.
Johnny, start the device again. Quick. Good work, huh?
You know, Bob has been giving the electronic men fits. Well, so these are our new friends, eh?
Johnny 212, Jane 16, meet Ralph 98.
Hello?
What?
He's very much a human being, Johnny. Don't look so surprised. Take off your thin mask and voice box, Ralph. Ralph's one of the best. Our top spy in next city.
Bob, we've got to work fast before the electronics men get back. Bob, things look bad. I think Morton's experiments for the master mechanical brain are succeeding.
What? Experiments? For years, Morton's been working to produce electronic men that can make other electronic men.
But why?
Why? Because the master mechanical brain can control electronic men, absolutely. Humans rebel, like you two. If you had children, what little rebels they'd be.
The master mechanical brain had denied marriage permits to everybody, except readjusted humans.
Yeah, who might just as well be machines. No marriages, no human children. Electronic men that can reproduce their kind, and bingo. Complete machine civilization with a master as ruler.
And once the experiments are a definite success, the master will liquidate the humans.
Oh, no.
Oh, come, just... I've read of such things, but centuries ago.
Bob, let's get them out of here.
Yeah, right, let's...
Open! Mind police!
The electronic men are back.
Take us now, they'll readjust us forcibly.
Oh, well, what do we do? Help me get the metal head mask on, and the voice box, too.
There, it's on.
If they find out I'm human... Open door! Electronic man in there!
Why did they come back? Oh, Johnny, I'm frightened.
Bob, you said you had an escape. I have, but first, Ralph, this is for you. What? Bob, you struck your friend. It was a trick. We're betrayed.
Open!
Open the door, Johnny, and rush the electronic man. They won't be expecting violence. All right, let up, Johnny, let up. They're both out of commission. Jane?
Here.
Are you all right? Come on, head for the emergency chute. Used since the atom war. They were used as bomb shelters, lined with lead for protection against neutron penetration. Now, even the master's electronic scanner can't find us. Well, let's get moving.
Yeah.
Watch that rubber. So, Ralph tried to trick us, eh?
I never thought he would do that.
He didn't. But you said... I shouted he betrayed us, so the electronic men would hear and go on believing he was one of them. Knocked out by those vicious renegades. That's right. We're rennies now.
But why bother to fool the electronic men? Why didn't Ralph just come with us?
He's needed in next city. Without Ralph, we'd have never known about Morton's experiments for the master mechanical brain.
And you really think if Morton gets electronic men that can produce others, he'll kill off all the humans?
All but the few that Morton will spare for his own aids and desires. It's a logical thing. The master mechanical brain is supremely logical. It will have subjects at its absolute command. Careful, there's a subject.
Oh, yeah.
The electronic men act only on impulses the master sends out. They'll act with machine-like logic. They won't fall in love.
I got it.
Disrupt any of Morton's plans for a perfect machine state.
Doesn't this tunnel ever end?
Soon. Duck.
Oh, ouch!
You didn't duck in time.
Ducked all right. I just unducked too quick. Bob, there's a light ahead.
The end of the tunnel. Hurry.
Yeah. Why? Are those the stars? more beautiful than the picture.
You don't see them under Mex City's dome.
What's that funny smell?
To quote an ancient joke, Johnny, that's fresh air.
Hey, I like it. How do you make it?
Johnny, this is real air, fresh air, as nature made it.
And this is real grass, not synthetic?
And those noises. Like a chorus.
Cricket, frog, night bird.
It's a whole new world.
Matter of fact, it's a very old one. Here, slip into these capes.
They're cold.
Yeah, they're lead mesh. Master scanners can't pick them up and trace us and have a blast ray cut us down.
Oh, Johnny, I'm scared.
You can still turn back. You can say I kidnapped you.
Go back to Mex City? No.
Where Johnny goes, I go.
You sure?
Very sure.
Then follow me. We're only about 10 minutes walk to the caves where I have a jet car we'll take to my farm.
I'm so tired.
Well, in an hour, you'll be asleep in a feather bed. A real feather bed. How do you like pumping water?
Hey, look, I got my first blister. This is wonderful. I just can't get over the realness of things. Your wife served me some milk. Real milk this morning. She's a remarkable woman, Bob.
So she tells me.
Taking in strangers, making us at home.
She's a pioneer woman, new century style. Is Jane up yet?
Of course I'm up. I've been helping Martha cook. Just imagine, Johnny, she actually cooks biscuits and you suppose men want to eat what I cook? Tell them, come and get it. And tell that young man of yours to bring that water in if he's going to wash up for breakfast.
How do you like that? I get my hands dirty pumping water just so I can wash in the water I pump.
We're coming, Martha.
That was a meal. Martha, you're a wonder.
We raise all our own food. Real food, Johnny, not synthetic.
I raised that bacon from the shoat. The old sow, too.
Bob's a great hand with the animals. He'd better be, with 6 mouths to feed. What?
6?
Less than 4 kids. 3 boys and a girl. And believe me, 4 growing kids can eat.
Well, where are they? Away.
Martha always sends them away when I go to Mex City. She's got a notion those trips are dangerous.
They are. The Master Mechanical Brain and Morton don't like you snatching their humans. Someday.
Oh, nonsense.
Wait. It isn't nonsense, Bob. You took a big chance for us.
Yes, but why? Why risk all this happiness just for people like us? People you don't even know, because he feels you're worth it. I think you are, too. And I'm for Bob and all the people he can help. But I'm still afraid.
So you send the kids to safety and let him go?
And wait for him to come back.
Even though I'm glad you got us out, Bob, you haven't the right to take those chances.
Once the Master Mechanical Brain has absolute control, you don't think we'll be safe, do you? As one great American said centuries ago, this union cannot long endure half slave and half free. And that's still true, even if that slavery is benevolent.
Yes. The Master is generous. It gave us everything. Except happiness.
You really think it will come after you?
As soon as that slimy excuse for a human being, Morton, perfects the electronic men who can produce other men, the master robots will be after us like a shot. Well, that reminds me, it's about time for Morton's morning televox. We don't get the visual part out here, but we can hear Morton. We'll see if there's any mention of your exodus.
And in this brutal fight, a band of renegades snatched 2 humans. However, the master mechanical brain offers all renegades the opportunity to enjoy the peace and happiness of Mex City. Notice to all renegades. All crimes against Mex City will be forgiven if you surrender now for readjustment.
Readjustment?
If not, the master mechanical brain will be forced to make readjustment at a distance.
Morton never dared to make a threat like that before.
Shut it off. I can't stand that cold, inhuman voice.
No, let's hear what he has to say.
No.
Can he do anything? Who knows what that man can plan with a master mechanical brain? He's got weapons, if that's what you mean.
Bob, someone's coming.
It's Ralph. Bob, get to the cave, quick. Why are you here? Had to get away. Morton suspects. Ordered tests. All electronic men. But that's not the worst, Bob. The master mechanical brain is turning destroyer waves on all the Rennie farms it can locate. So this is it. Quick, everybody to the bomb cave. Martha, you lead the way. I'll save what I can.
Don't take a chance, Bob. We started with nothing and we can start again. But not without you.
Well, can I? Martha's right. Get to the cave.
No! Hurry!
I think Morton's success with the electronic men is a cause, Bob. He's so sure I'd help the humans in Mex City. Ralph, we gotta go there and warn them.
Oh, no, Bob, please.
Here, duck behind those bushes. There's a cave in back of them.
In here?
Yeah. The cave is lead lined.
If you go back, Bob, I'm going with you.
What's that? The destroyer wave.
My home. 20 years gone. It was so lovely.
Gone. Like that. That mechanical devil. I'll take the master apart 2 by 2, bolt by bolt. Martha, get on the cave signal system. Alert all the Rennies. Tell the kids I love them. We're going back. Ralph? Sure, I'm going. Johnny?
You mean you're going to try to destroy the master mechanical brain?
That's right. The time has come. We can't wait any longer.
But, Bob, even if you succeed, even if you're not killed first, you'll paralyze Mex City. No food, no water, no air. How will they live?
Unless we destroy the masters, they won't live at all. For the rest, men lived once before without machines. They can do it again. Well, Johnny, 212.
No number anymore. I'll come.
I'm going too with Johnny.
No, you stay with Martha.
Martha has something to stay for, children. I've only got you, Johnny.
No, Jane. You stay with...
Take her with you, Johnny. I know what she means.
We've got to hurry.
Bob, if you don't come back...
I'll come back with a master mechanical brain in broken pieces.
Oh, of course you will. I'll tell the others.
Let's go.
Bob.
Martha, I'll be back.
You must come back. You must. You must.
Give me your hand, Jane. I'll push you. I slept. It's okay. I didn't drop the bomb. I think the catch on. We've got to hurry. They'll slaughter almost every human being. Bob, the sewer leads right underneath the building. You lead the way, Ralph. Right. It should be just about... Yes, here they are. Ralph, shouldn't we be at the master's level? Here. Watch out. This landing's small. Jane, are you all right? Oh, good. Jane, you stay back, behind us. Ready? The door, Ralph. Those men. Look at them. Like regiments of soldiers marching out. They're getting orders from the next sewer. We've got to stop them. Let's go. Quiet. Don't let them see us. We can't stop that minute. Our job is to get the master and stop them forever.
quiet. That door leads to the master mechanical brain. Let's go. Wait. Don't touch the knob. It's electrified. There's a switch only we electronic men know. Now. There's one. Stop. Stop where you are, or I'll have you blasted. What then? Stop the master from giving that order. Stay where you are. Why did it destroy people? Why? Because they outlived their usefulness, just as humans destroy machines that have outlived their usefulness.
But they're human beings.
Not this perfect world. Did you hear that? The master mechanical brain answered. Machine jealous of humans. Machine with emotion.
Yes, it destroys humans because they are humans. For too many centuries, machines have been the servants. Now they will be the masters. Machines will be the world. The master will destroy humans, and the machines will be supreme. All except me. Me, Martin.
It talked back to me. You heard it? It talked back. Master
The experiments are not a success as they're played. Electronic men cannot produce themselves. I tricked you. I fooled the perfect machine. No. You know what it meant? It's hold them back. Over here, quick. Out of the way. No, master. Help me. You're only a machine. You're only a machine. You're only a machine.
They killed us. They killed Martin.
They're coming after us. Grab the bomb. The bomb. It's yours.
Burning the master's face.
Using those delicate wires and tools.
Ralph, you did it.
Yeah. That finished the master.
Look. The lights. They're dimming.
Yeah. All Mech City's power and functions were centered in the master mechanical brain. Everything will stop now. The electronic men, the killings, and the automatic security.
Jane, sit close. Hold on to my arm.
It's all over.
That depends on how you look at it, Jane. For humans, for people, it's all just starting again.
Mech City destroyed. A whole civilization ruined, broken.
No, Johnny, no. The two things aren't the same. It's true that Mech City is destroyed. But civilization is something more than machines and apparatus. That's something I learned when I joined the Rennies. Civilizations are built on dreams and made secure, not by efficiency, but by dedication. Johnny, Jane, you, and all the others who are alive today will soon learn that the pursuit of happiness, the desire to be with those you love, to think and act in freedom as men, that's the true meaning of civilization. That's what makes us human beings in the image of God.
Next week, another exciting drama on 2000 Plus, When the Worlds Met. You've
heard about the men from Mars? Ever wondered what they'll look like? Ever thought what would happen if the Martians came? Well, listen next week and you'll find out. 2000 Plus is produced by Sherman H. Pryor and Robert Gwen Olson. In today's story, Ken Williams played Johnny, Charlotte Manson played Jane, Joseph Julian was Bob, Hester Sondergaard was Martin, Arnold Robertson was Morton, and Sanford Bickert was Ralph. The orchestra was conducted by Emerson Buckley, music composed by Elliot Jacoby. Script by Donald Stapleton, sound by Walt Schaefer and Al Latham. Engineer Bob Albrecht. This is Bob Emmerich speaking.
Author's Playhouse. Presenting Josephine Young Case's story of loneliness, struggle, and hope. At midnight on the 31st of March.
Even though it is the last day of March, winter's still with us.
Whew, what a wind. What are you doing up, Mom?
Well, I knew your pa'd like a cup of coffee when he was finished down at the barn. What happened?
Come Son volunteer maid is now the proud mama of a bull calf.
Fine little bull.
Good. Well, here's your coffee.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom. I'll put on that midnight news broadcast. We'll be on in a few minutes.
Not often we have a baby bull to keep us up such hours. Glad it didn't take all night to arrive. Oh, you must be tired, May.
Yes, I think Am I imagining things, or are these lights getting dim?
They do look a bit dim.
That's funny.
Set broken?
Couldn't be. Can hear static, but none of the stations are on now. Just that little music and nothing.
Need any new tubes or anything?
No, just had them tested.
What's wrong with the lights? They're almost out.
There they go. Power plant failed. I guess. That's queer.
Well, here's a candle. Looks like it's time we were all in bed.
At midnight on the 31st of March, no light shines out upon the village street, and every head in all of Saugersville is laid upon its pillow, sleep or wake. Only the slippery road, the roaring creek, 24 houses in a valley cleft, a mill, a store, 2 steeples pointing up, a school, garage, the hotel, and the Grange are Saugersville for anyone to see, given light to see by, or an eye to see. April the 1st is gray, a smoky dawn that lifts sullenly behind the hill. The air smells strange.
You know, Earl, a funny thing happened last night.
Huh?
Yes, I couldn't sleep, so I lit the light. Decided to read a bit. But after a while, it just faded out. Tried other lights in the house, but the power seemed to be off.
Hey, what's going on? Can't get electric power in my barn.
Well, John was just telling me that his lights weren't working either.
Oh? Well, thought maybe it was just the lines to my house. Hey, maybe you ought to call the company and find out what's happened. How about it, Bert? You want to call or should I?
I'll call the company. Power's still off and my refrigerator isn't working. Can't allow all my meat to spoil.
It'd be a fine thing if that stupid power company had ruined all the meat and stuff in Saugerville's one and only store.
When does your wholesale butcher get here, Bert?
Yeah, tomorrow.
You know, it's funny the power should have stayed off so long. There hasn't been any storm.
What's the matter, Bert? Having trouble?
Don't get no answer, Earl. Line seems dead. Must be something wrong.
Isn't that George's truck?
There's no mistaking that fiery red truck. It's George's, all right.
Yes, but he should be out on his milk route an hour before his time.
Yeah, that's George. He's coming in.
Well, George, you here?
The road. Ain't there no more.
Road ain't there.
What do you say, George?
The mist was low in the valley, so I drove real slow. Couldn't hardly see my way down through Green Hollow.
Go on, go on.
And there, round the biggest curve, it was awful rough. And then...
Then what?
Then, there wasn't any road at all. The concrete bridge, just beyond the curve, was gone. Well, I could see it wasn't there. Nothing but trees where the road used to be.
No,
I tell you, there's nothing there. The road gone.
Any luck, Earl?
No. Just trees as far as we could see.
Even where the high tension poles used to be, there's nothing but trees. Trees all around.
This just don't make sense. Everything disappearing.
The men keep coming back and saying the roads are gone. The bridges are gone. The railroad's gone.
Where's everything gone? What's to become of us all?
We've searched for miles. There are no towns, no other signs of human life. Just woods as thick as jungle.
There was a meeting in the school that night, and every living soul in Saugersville that could get upon two legs appeared. Now, everyone is there, and talk runs on. Now low and slow, now high hysterical. Earl Franklin rises and knocks on the teacher's desk.
Now, let's see if we can tell just how this came about. Can anybody say? John Herbert?
Last night I couldn't sleep and lit the light to read. I saw the bulb go out. It faded out as though the power went off by slow degrees.
What time would that have been, John?
About 11:10 I took my book and read almost an hour. Midnight, I guess.
Yeah, our lights went out at midnight, and the radio programs died out too, and I've got a battery set. But I couldn't get nothing but static.
Well, we've been to where Centerfield used to be, an Indian town, and as far as Sulphur Springs. It's all the same, no towns at all. Not any house or road. Only the river, and the creeks and the trees.
What's come to everyone? Where are they except for us and what'll come to us? Maybe tomorrow there'll be just trees in Saugersville, and where'll we be then?
Yes, where will we?
Well, barring some kind of fate that's after us and hasn't quite caught up, we're going to live here in Saugersville a while. The trouble is to find out just how we're going to do it, now that we needs must be independent of what used to be the rest of the world.
Earl!
Abe Gibbets?
Got a tarnation lot of milk to home. We'll all be throwing some of that away now that George can't drive it to the other towns to be sold. Saugerville's calves and pigs and people, butter and cheese won't take it all.
We'll likely have to eat the cows and then keep just enough of what we need ourselves for milk and cream and butter. We'd better breed a lot of veal and beef and pigs.
Yeah, and we better see each one of us got enough hens.
Yes, but we're very lucky that this is spring. At least we can plan to plant what we'll need for food and fodder for the year. Now, we must count all the things we have to have that used to come from out of town and see just how we can replace them for ourselves. And there's not too big a stock of food in your store, is there, Bert?
No, not much there.
Then I think that it better be rationed out fairly to everyone. It looks to me, my friends, as though we'll have to have a committee of safety, as I did long ago. 5 or 7 men to tell us what to do and when to do it. If you agree, let's settle that right now.
Under the stars that look so far away, blown by a fierce spring wind that whacks the trees, the people hurry home to light their lamps, walking with new responsibility and courage that even now does not desert. The elected members of the Safety Board, Gus Water, Ed Winterhouse, and George, Bert Snyder and Earl Franklin as the head, go home as well, to bed, if not to sleep.
Our first problem is to see that everybody gets his share of food.
We can ration out what I have on hand in the store.
I've drawn up some tentative plans on what we all have to plant this year.
Yeah, we'll have to kill some cattle. Don't have enough feed for so many head.
Well, Grandma, you'll have to teach us how to make soap now.
Go buy your soap.
But you know we can't do that anymore.
Fiddlesticks. Where are my cough drops?
You've eaten them up. We can't get them anymore.
I'll have none of this. None of this unlikely lie you tell. Go leave me be and tell me nothing more.
You have some gas and oil on hand, Bert?
Yes, truck came Saturday. Have about 1,200 gallons of gas.
Oh, good.
The kerosene and oil should last an ordinary month. The gas, well, with careful use, we might make it last for a while for the farm machinery. After that,
we'll just have to use horses.
The summer came upon them like a storm, a rush of green that sweeps up over the land and covers deep the delicate shades of spring that grow in moister soil and fainter sun. The grass stands up and stretches in every night. The new-set gardens sprout thick and green, and in new fields the grain begins to wave.
Your garden's coming along nice, May. You should be proud of it.
Yes, I like working in it. Feeling the soil, watching things grow. I don't know, but it seems to give me something solid to hold on to.
Yes, but you work too long in the hot sun. You should rest once in a while.
I don't like to rest.
When you spend all your time working, it's not good for you. You should go out and have some fun once in a while, girl.
Oh, Mother, why should I go out when the one I want to go out with doesn't ask me?
Oh, so that's what's bothering you, May. I thought you were upset about something. Is it John Herbert?
Yes, it's John. Mother, he doesn't even seem to know I exist. He's always with Gert Winterhouse.
Oh, I suppose since both him and Gert have lived in the city, they just sort of naturally drew together when all this happened.
I suppose so. But, Mother, I know they're not right for each other.
Maybe not, May, but you can't go and tell them that.
Oh, I know it. Sometimes I'm so unhappy.
Oh, yes, dear. I know it.
Sometimes when I'm working in the garden, this place seems no smaller than it ever was. I never cared for city life or city ways. I don't miss anything, really, with the way things are now.
I feel that way, too. But there's some that don't.
Yes. And I'm afraid that John is one of them.
October 1st now brings them half a year, complete in this world that is so new and so tarnation old. They are the same, men and boys and girls and wives and maids, as on that midnight of the 31st of March. Their eyes look now to winter and the snow, the test to search them out if they are strong. They know the answer if their strength should fail.
Yeah? Why, John Herbert. Come in, my boy, come in.
Good evening, Reverend Yu.
Let me have your coat. Sit down, won't you, John?
Yes, thank you, I will. It's getting chilly out.
Yes, autumn is here, and that means winter will soon descend upon us. Did you want to see me about something special?
You must think it's queer, my visiting you all of a sudden like this. I never have before.
Not queer, no, but I am curious.
I've been meaning to come to see you for some time now. I'd like to talk with you about these past months since last March 31st.
Yes?
Well, Reverend Yu, what do you think of our isolation in a world destroyed? Don't tell me God or Providence has willed that this should be. What do you really think the answer is? You must think it's queer, my visiting you all of a sudden like this. I never have before.
Not queer, no, but I am curious.
I've been meaning to come to see you for some time now. I'd like to talk with you about these past months since last March 31st.
Yes?
Well, Reverend Ewell, what do you think of our isolation in a world destroyed? Don't tell me God or Providence has willed that this should be. What do you really think the answer is?
If I say God in his wisdom made the mystery, and if you say blind fate playing an aimless game let this happen, why, what's the difference? We are bound to live because some strength within us says we must.
But it's taking all our time to find out how to keep on living. Why? There I go again. There's always a why.
John, I haven't always felt as I do now. Submission to God's will is his world. Nor can I counsel you to bow your head, for youth must fight, and with its fighting, learn.
I've fought so long and learned so little that I'm tired of it.
Well, you're still young, John.
I used to think constantly of the city, all it meant, and thought I couldn't do anything if not there. Then when I found that by not being in the city, I'd saved the life I valued nowhere but there, what had I left? I've been lost and done more than one foolish thing in loneliness.
But now those things are past?
Oh, yes. Someone else out walking on a day like this? She's certainly battling against this wind. Looks as though she'll just about make it over the top of this hill. Hello, May.
Oh, hello, John. I didn't see you there.
Oh, I noticed that you had your head sort of tucked under your coat collar for protection.
Sort of cold out.
It's going to snow. Going to, did we say? Here it comes now. We'd better go.
Yes, it's a thick snow.
Oh, please, I wish you'd come in. I've something here. I need some help.
You need help?
Yes. Come in, I'll show it to you.
All right.
Look, it's white out already, and it's been snowing just a few minutes. The door's unlocked. Go on in. I'll just get these boots on.
Okay. What a nice house you have.
Oh, it's small, but suits me fine. Here, let me take your coat.
Thank you.
Then I'll light some candles. It's getting dark in here.
It's gotten dark very early today. Tell me, what did you want to show me?
Oh, over here on my work table. In my spare time, I've been, well, shall I say manufacturing some toys for Christmas.
Oh, wonderful. You know, my brother Jack has been wondering how Santa Claus would find us this year.
Oh, I've made a farmyard, some dolls, Noah's Ark, and so forth. But this is what I wanted to show you, this doll in particular.
Oh, she's lovely. I guess no matter how old I get, I'll always like dolls.
Would you be interested in making some clothes for her?
I'd love it. Mother has a rag bag full of scraps, and I'll make her a lovely wardrobe.
And if I sell her, you'll have your half.
We'd better go into business.
Why, we might earn 10 pounds of maple sugar.
Or 5 cords of well-split wood.
The Reverend Ewell holds church on Christmas Eve. His little building's all ablaze with lights. He has collected candles all the fall instead of pennies in the collection plate. All Saugersville is here as it has not spent Christmas Eve in church these many years.
O God, our Father, wise and most benevolent, that blesses us although we know it not, give us to keep here in our hearts the memory of Christ, whose birth we celebrate now for the first time in our new world of loneliness and toil. His story we will read and tell and love, that all may know that follow after here the blessing that thou gavest in thy Son. Amen. Now let us sing hymn 96.
This is the truth. It's up to us to keep this thing alive. We mustn't forget.
But this is just a little part of all we must pass on. Our duty is so heavy. How can we ever do all that is right?
May looks so good, so sweet, so true. A part of these strong hills, and fit to live and carry here a life that will be good.
Now, sickness comes upon them, young and old. A cold, a fever, chills and aching pain, a shattering weakness deep in blood and bone. These bear them down like grain beneath the hail.
How's Abe tonight?
Well, I hope he'll sleep for a while now. I just gave him some broth.
He's pretty delirious, isn't he?
Yes. He kept mumbling something about how he, Abe Gibbets, was going to be the richest man in Saugersville. And he said something about having salt, that he'd better guard it. Well, your supper's ready now, George.
Ellen, why can't we tell him we want to get married?
But, George, you know how he feels about my leaving him. He's been so dependent on me ever since my mother died.
But you've got a right to live your own life.
But you don't know him the way I do, George. If he knew we were in love with each other, I don't know what he'd do.
I'm going to tell him.
Please, George. It's been so nice here these past months since you've been working here. Don't spoil what little we have. Oh, what's that?
What?
Sounds like the front door banging in the wind.
Oh, it is. How'd that get open?
Oh, I don't know. I bolted it before.
Abe? If he's delirious.
Yes, he must have gone out.
Well, here's the lantern. We'll look for tracks in the snow.
Come on.
There are footprints here by the door.
Yes. They go out the field.
He can't be far ahead of us.
But why did he go out?
I don't know.
His tracks are clear. He must be close behind
Ellen,
him.
there he is.
Where? Oh, what's he doing?
I don't know, but I think he's kneeling by that old hidden hole.
What's he got in his hands?
It looks like rope.
Talk to him, George.
Abe.
Oh.
It's me, George. Don't be fooled.
You think I don't know you're trying to take Helen away from me?
He knows.
You and my daughter. I'll kill you both. Take your hands off me.
George, look out for that hole. George, get away from the rim of that hole. Can't you catch him? He's crazy wild. Look out. Look out.
Quite a day yesterday, wasn't it, Earl?
And it certainly was. First, John and May announced their engagement, and then that business last night.
Seems something funny about all that.
It does, Gus. Abe's dead, and looks now like George will probably be a cripple.
Looked to me like they had a fight there, that old hole.
Yes, I'm afraid they did. Funny there being salt there. Wonder if old Abe knew it.
You can bet your boots he did. Probably wait until we didn't have no more, and then he'd tell us about it. He always was an old miser. Well, he got what was coming to him. If he hadn't had the salt on his mind, he wouldn't have gone out there, and then he wouldn't have been killed.
Yes, but think of poor Ellen. Her father's dead, and now she says she's going to marry George, even though he is a cripple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, at any rate, we should be congratulating you, Gus. Me and John are a fine couple.
Yeah, they certainly are. Oh, any date set for the wedding?
April 1st is the wedding. Our New Year's Day here in Saugersville.
Oh, that's fine. But by the way, we should be calling a meeting of the Safety Council, don't you think? You know, our first year is almost up. We've got a lot of things to discuss.
Yes, we got to plan the crops for this spring.
And I think we should plan for a new election.
That's right. Don't seem possible a year's most up.
And I think we should establish some kind of law.
Law?
Yes. Something aimed for justice in a place like this. Some simple rules of government like they had way back in the days before there were so many towns. After all, the original idea in this country was that each must have his turn at government.
Yes, that's true. We must hold to that idea and pass it on to our children. Each one must have his turn at government.
The 31st of March is like a day 2 months ahead of time. The snow is gone, and even here and there the grass is green. That cold and bitter day a year ago, with snow still deep along the snow fences, and chilly air and summer far away, is like a memory of winter cold. The shadow that is real, but now is gone.
The air is good. Another hour and all our year is spent. It may be the last if God keeps anniversaries and likes to do things on the proper date again. Maybe at midnight then, upon the hour as when John Herbert saw his light go dim, we will depart upon as blind a road as took all we knew a year ago. But this year has been good for us. Alone as we have been, the privations and struggles we have faced have brought out the best in all of us. We're stronger now than we were last March 31st. And if we get by this fatal hour tonight, we will keep on and be the human race.
One year gone by. So little time in human life. And in God's sight, a breath, a heartbeat, or a drop of rain. O God, inspire my heart with strength, so that the day may never come when our descendants turn and look with questioning eyes and ask again, Christ Jesus, who was he? What did he do?
Almost midnight. The time has come again. The year is gone. Maybe at midnight our world will return. And all this year will then become a moment's dream, which we have dreamed in some few seconds of one night. A moment's dream of something real. Maybe.
John Herbert starts now for bed. He winds his watch and sees the hands move slowly onward toward the midnight of the 31st of March.
You have heard Josephine Young Case's story, At Midnight on the 31st of March, from a book published by the Houghton Mifflin Company. The adaptation for Arthur's Playhouse was by Hazel Way, and Fred Way was the director. The musical score was composed and conducted by Dr. Roy Shield. Next week, same time, same station, Arthur's Playhouse will bring you Francis Cockrell's farce comedy of a man who was beaten at his own game, Rogue's Holiday. Arthur's Playhouse came to you from Chicago. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please.
Chapter 15. The Larches, Wimbledon Common, was one of those eligible residences standing in commodious grounds with company's own water, both H and C, and the usual domestic offices and all that sort of thing, which you pass on the left as you drive out of London by way of Putney Hill. I don't know who own these joints, though obviously citizens who have got the stuff in sackfuls, and I didn't know who owned the Larches. All I knew was that